Well, my name is J.D. Payne. I'm the pastor for church multiplication at the Church at Brook Hills in Birmingham, Alabama. And when you begin to look at the history of Protestant missionary activity, at least over the past couple of centuries, one of the big shifts that we've seen happen over time is a move away from the traditional mission station approach to more of an indigenous, or what would later be called the contextualized approach to doing missionary activity. So instead of being paternalistic, coming in, creating these mission stations, and therefore operating with a very top-down culture approach, bringing in culture from the West to the people of what it means to be a follower of Jesus and what it means to be and function as a local church, we've seen a big shift in that period of time to move in the direction of seeing the culture flavor of church come out of the people themselves, out of the indigenous or contextualized context. And that's been a very encouraging thing that's happened over the past couple of hundred years. The other thing that we've seen over the past couple of hundred years is the shift away from attempting to reach geopolitical states or countries, if you will, with the gospel, to actually reaching the different ethnic groups or people groups that are living within those countries. So instead of saying, all right, let's send missionaries to China, and we see a church birthed out of the harvest in China, and therefore all of China is reached and the Great Commission is complete in that country, we recognize that China is a country with the second largest number of unreached people groups living in the world. And so the need to be more specific and more focused on what it means to reach all the nations looks differently than just trying to reach into a political, geographical area. Another major shift that we have been experiencing in this period of time is that in 200 years of Protestant missionary activity, as we've gone, the Holy Spirit has done exactly what He said He would do, and that is He's brought people out of the kingdom of darkness into the kingdom of light. We've seen disciples made and churches planted, and now those churches are growing and maturing, and they're sending their own people to the nations around them and even beyond, outside of their national borders. And because of that, churches in the West who have a longer history of maturity are now beginning to ask questions: how do we then partner with those majority world believers to carry out this Great Commission task? And so those are three of the major shifts that I think we've seen in general in missions history over the past couple of centuries.